What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the Late Night Show with Mike and the boys. I'm your host Mike, and I'm here with my guest today, Emery Johnson, and behind the computer we got Brandon. We're going to be going through a whole bunch of different topics today, but just so everyone knows, this is just a fun stream that we all just decided to do for fun. Just giving out our opinions, and hopefully we give out some good ones, and take what you can get from it, and anything you don't agree with, feel free to just let it all out in the chat, as most people do nowadays. Yeah, fight me.
I will fight anybody who disagrees.
Yeah,
but that's the right way to go about it. If you disagree with me, let's throw on the gloves, let's get in the ring, and let's settle it like men.
Yeah, like millennials should.
Yeah, no, millennials don't do that, though. That's the sad part. They just scream at each other and yell about, banning plastic straws.
Banning plastic straws? Look, I've actually used a paper straw for the first time when I was in Hawaii, and actually those paper straws are pretty sick. Have you ever drank out of a paper straw before?
Do I look like a communist to you?
I'll take that as a no.
No,
well, it's pretty cool.
No,
they had them back in when my dad was a kid, a long time ago.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, dude. Back in the day, dude.
Oh man!
Just slapping the bass. Slapping the bass. Let's shall we roll into
the soundboard really quick?
Well, are we ready to get into our first topic?
I suppose. Let's start triggering people, huh?
Okay. By the way, this guy that I have here, we are in baseball together. He's also the owner of 3 Tree Productions. It's a filming company.
Yeah, we do music videos, informational videos. We've been doing,
which is also the reason we have such great lighting in here today.
I hope it's great. I mean, it might be bad.
I think it's great. I mean, I'm blind, but as long as people can see me, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, as long as your face is beautiful, that's all we care about, right?
Oh yeah, and our non-branded beer. Of course, as long as they can see the non-brand. This is homemade.
Yeah,
I made these bottles by hand.
Yeah, fun fact for brewmasters: we import all of our hops and wheat from Belgium, and we make lagers.
If you were to ask me to point out Belgium on a map, I couldn't tell you where it is.
Oh gosh, you saw the Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
Jimmy, my man?
On where he was asking, oh great, you have an Apple Watch.
And you have an Echo apparently.
Nerd.
He has an Echo.
I do?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you hear it or not, whatever. Anyways, go on. What were you saying?
That's because you're...
Oh, is my volume that loud?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it's picking up.
I'm sorry.
Two audio sources at the same time.
We have to mute this damn thing.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Okay. It's gone? Oh,
it's gone. The magic fairy just told me it's gone. Inside my Apple Watch.
I'm
having conversations with this thing.
You saw the episode, Jimmy Kimmel. He goes on Hollywood Boulevard and asks people to point out different places on the map, and you know where Belgium is, right?
Sure.
Continent?
Uh-huh.
What continent?
It's a continent, yeah.
Sick.
Dude, I don't know my maps. Okay, I know where I am.
You know where you are?
I do.
You can point out America on the map.
America, yeah.
Okay.
Well, north or south?
It's one of the two.
All jokes.
Yeah, actually, it's one of the 3.
Indeed.
Yeah. So what is our first topic?
Our first topic for the day. Glad you asked. Good time to ask that question.
I'm really just trying to
dig
push
myself into a
forward.
bigger hole.
Yeah.
Gun control.
Oh God.
Your favorite thing.
Can't wait for everyone to
talk about.
Trigger.
Gun control. Trigger everyone.
Literally.
So these are just opinions, people.
Yeah.
There's no realism. Nothing that we say will actually happen tomorrow, unless we're that smart and people are actually listening. So,
fun fact: the entire Congress and Senate is watching this stream right now.
Hey, I'm Jeff.
My name
is Jeff. So gun control or lack thereof. What's your opinion on that?
I know we have a lot of different opinions in the room. I know you share an interesting one. You always like to play devil's advocate on this. We're all pretty similar, at least in our views here.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah. How many guns do you own?
One.
I
can't shoot it.
Yeah.
Per se.
Because it'd explode.
Probably.
No, it's almost guaranteed. If it hasn't been fired in as many years as I think.
And it depends when the last time my grandfather shot it before he passed away. I don't know when the last time he shot it was. And honestly, if I was to ask him, before he passed, he probably wouldn't know either. So
yeah,
let's just say it doesn't fire.
I wouldn't suggest doing it. You
Yeah,
probably
black powder.
devalue it by a lot.
Yeah, and it's a nice little revolver. It was made in Italy. Yeah, that's really pretty. I'll show you it. After our podcast is over.
That'd be cool.
But
home defense at its
yeah,
finest.
home defense at its finest. I'm gonna pistol whip some people with it. That's all I'm gonna do with it.
I mean, it's probably heavy. If it's a flintlock handgun from the 18th century, I'm sure it's.
Well, the cool thing is actually it's a good thing that you're here, because actually out of the three of us sitting down here, I think you're the one that owns the most guns, and that I think is the most like
I don't know.
informed.
Brandon,
on it,
how many guns do you?
He doesn't have any, I don't think.
That I own?
Yeah,
4.
4. Jesus Christ! So I own one. I have a water pistol, I think. In the shed.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess by a lot of
Squirt
people,
gun.
especially the people watching the stream, I might be looked at as like a gun nut.
An enthusiast? Are you a gun enthusiast?
Enthusiast, yeah. No, definitely an enthusiast. I have 6 underneath my bed right now. Most of them in
a safe. People,
most of them
by the way,
locked
in a safe.
containers.
He has them in a safe. Yeah.
No, I mean, what's the point of home defense, right? I mean, you're
gonna put the bad people in the safe with the guns.
Yeah,
That's how they get the guns.
yeah.
From what I'm told by Fox and Friends. Okay.
I mean, a large percentage of firearms used in crimes are 92% of crimes are committed.
What's that stat on
crimes committed with a firearm are committed with
So everybody knows, like, if we say anything that might pop up, statistical or not, and that we're wrong or anything, feel free to just
not
throw it in
wrong.
the chat. He may be right. I can't call. I can't call you.
It's the
if you're wrong.
FBI. Just check out the FBICrimestatistics.gov.
Okay, so there you go. That's where you got to do your own research on this, guys. Just so you know, I mean, I might say some shit that might be wrong. He might, or Brandon might. You never know. He's probably not right now, but just in the future.
No, it's 92% is the actual
my
figure.
point is just make sure you do your research.
In 2013, they did crime statistics, and they've gotten better. I haven't looked at the recent numbers, but as of 2013, because that's a pretty big statistic and showing like a pretty large span in the United States, firearm ownership showed that only 8% of legally obtained firearms were used in crimes.
Yeah.
8% of almost 400 million firearms on the street. So
That's a lot of guns.
That is a lot of guns, but only 8% of them were used in crime. And when you look at the numbers of murders that are committed,
Which doesn't sound like a lot. Like 8%.
it's really low. That's
pretty low.
astronomically low.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at places like Brazil or like Mexico, like they outright do not allow private ownership of firearms,
Yeah.
and yet they have some of the highest murder rates.
They also run their shows a lot differently than we do.
Well, Mexico
At least
doesn't even
from
run its
Mexico.
own show.
Yeah, exactly. Or lack thereof, I guess.
So the point goes, I
Not gun
personally-
control, it's government control.
Yeah, it's
Nothing we
government
can talk
control at
about.
that point, but like the government doesn't even have control of that issue. So you're talking about, and I get into arguments with people on this quite a bit. Is
Purposely or just on the whim?
no. I like open conversation, but the point being is like you want to compare countries that have legal ownership of firearms and non-legal ownership of firearms. And I know this statistic has been debated back and forth, but the amount of crimes committed in London just surpassed New York for the first time in history. And there's
Wow.
been more stabbings in London annually this year than any other place in the world. Stabbings. Like,
Yeah, we
murders
should ban
with a
knives
knife.
next, right?
Like, you realize how brutal that is? Like, I'm going to stab you to death with a blunt object. And, like, in some ways, I'd rather be shot because I feel like I have a better chance.
Yeah.
Like, someone's going to kill me with a knife, but, like, you shoot me once and I'm down on the ground. You don't know if I'm down.
You gonna play possum?
Huh?
You gotta play possum like in kindergarten?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just lay out. Give them your best pose.
I'm dead. Don't look at me.
I mean, I think a lot of left or right side of it, their opinions are very different. I feel like the conversation's in the wrong place for both sides, though. Yeah,
Maybe.
Whether it's mental illness or it's more gun control, more background checks, more I wouldn't say taking away, but maybe making the options more limited,
Yeah.
which I guess some people are taking away guns.
Well, I mean, that's ultimately.
I feel like it's not going to where the guns are coming from, how people are getting them, and I feel like that's just discussed enough about, because I mean,
You're
you and
exactly
I have talked about it. How guns are imported into places, and it's like how are they getting in here? Who's getting their hands on them? How are we making sure that the right hands get their hands on them compared to who's not?
Well, and it goes to show is you're talking about.
It sounds like the black market's got to get them out.
It does. It absolutely does. And
who's funding these sons of bitches?
Well, it's funny because we talk about politics left and right. The Obama administration, Obama himself even said that it's easier for a kid in Chicago to buy a Glock than it is to go get a book from the library.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Now he doesn't realize what he's saying in that statement, but what he's actually saying is that
I think books are a little a little easier to get your hands on.
Well, maybe.
I don't live in Chicago though. I have no idea.
Chicago has the highest murder rate of any city in the United States.
Yeah,
per capita.
Yeah. They have the most gun issues. More than
gun ownership in that city is completely outlawed.
Mm-hmm.
You can't own a firearm.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. Yeah, but everyone does.
Well, yeah, illegally.
Which is crazy.
But they have some of the worst gang violence, and that ultimately comes down to it's a people issue, not the firearm issue.
Yeah. Because
people are going to find a way to kill each other, and that's why I always go back to
So if the issue is not the guns, how do you take care of the people issue? And what is the people issue? Let's narrow it down.
So, and I like that conversation because people automatically want to assume that there's some law that you can institute that can change all the issues that we do have currently in the United States regarding firearms. And there is no singular law that's going to stop that.
Yeah.
At all. There's no possible way with a country that has a size of roughly 300 million people, 356 million, I think was the last figure. There's no
give or take 2 or 3.
Yeah, give or take. I mean, but seriously, there's no physical way to actually outlaw gun ownership outright. That's one, too expensive, too dangerous.
But what can we do? We can determine who's getting their hands on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
How would you go about that?
What a lot of people don't like about that.
I feel like we were already kind of doing that.
Well, yeah, but what a lot of people don't like about that is how long that's going to take. That's not an easy process.
Because we're not a patient group of people.
No, because we want it now. And I'll poke jabs at the millennial generation all day long because we want it now. This is the generation.
And because we're one of them and we can. So any millennials that have an issue.
I know. Fight me. Again,
Fight me.
Throw on the gloves. Actually, screw it. Fuck it. We're gonna go get swords and we're gonna battle this out with a duel.
The only thing I can say, I don't necessarily talk about millennials that often.
Yeah.
Considering, I mean, we are in that category.
Oh yeah,
it's like the 1992, I think, is when the millennial age started. Millennials
or so.
The only thing I think I don't like is the people that are starting to listen to the rappers with the tattoos on the faces and stuff.
I don't know what that trend is.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's starting. I don't know what people find appealing about it. Because it's not. I don't think it's their music they're appealed by. I think it's because of the fact they have the tattoos on the face, and those things freak me out, dude. That's my moneymaker, man.
Man, I'm not a violent person. I'm really not. I go fishing and I go.
You don't need to be. You got 6 guns.
Well, according to the average millennial, no, I'm just kidding. According to the average, left-leaning voter, I am a violent person.
Yeah.
But I was raised on respect for firearms,
and that's another thing that has to do with it. So we can get back into it. What could be some of the actual issues? It's the people, right?
Yeah.
So
I think it's the way
you were raised in a good household.
Yeah.
With good, morals where it came to guns and the usage of them, the respect for the weapon, being used for the right reasons. And I think a lot of people don't know exactly what. I think a lot of, especially the left side, don't understand what the need for them are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, why do you need a gun?
So the founding fathers were pretty smart when they wrote this. They, talk about a turbulent time in 1775 when the original.
He's a walking history book, by the way, guys.
When the original documents of separation were essentially drafted, and when the first Continental Congresses started meeting, when they were really thinking about the Declaration of Independence in 1775, they were mad about taxes and a tyrannical government in England. Basically, they had no right to tell the king what to do with their country, even though they made up a large percentage of the GDP.
Word, because they were gangster.
Yeah, I mean, roughly they were gangsters of that time.
So gangster.
So, maybe now they would have tattoos on their face. What do we know?
No, don't say that, because that means they're going to be running the show soon.
No, God, I hope not. I seriously hope not. But they were mad about a 3% tax increase on tea and sugar and other things, but that was their understanding of a government overstepping its bounds. So they wrote in their genius, in the Second Amendment, that in the Declaration of Independence, that every man has a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which was actually stolen out of the Magna Carta.
God bless America.
In England. So it was life, liberty, and and property was everything that every British citizen should have the right to. And so when they wrote that in terms of every American citizen should have the right to defend themselves from any enemies, foreign and domestic, to America. So the Second Amendment was essentially written to establish that every other right that is listed in the Bill of Rights in the Constitution is guaranteed by the American citizen's right to defend those rights with whatever means necessary.
Now, how do you think all of this relates into modern day? Because, I mean, that was a long time ago, you say yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how does that relate to nowadays where we got machine guns, we've got... I mean, handheld stuff we can conceal.
Don't make me go fully semi-automatic on this argument.
There's no argument so far. I'm just gaining information.
I'm just joking. So, and that's a great point because this is where you find a huge separation.
Because that's where a lot of the argument is like, oh, well, how can we defend ourselves against, our own government with our pistols, even, with our machine guns against a... Yeah. If our government or foreign went out on us, I mean, they're way more well equipped, I'm sure. They are better equipped.
Let's set the record straight. We don't have machine guns. The average citizen cannot purchase a machine gun.
The average citizen. Okay, so what about the other citizens?
You're talking about people who have access to
so who would those include?
Well, fully automatic, so a Class 3 gun license stipulates that you are allowed to own any type of fully automatic firearm. Any person who can acquire that gun license is anybody in police personnel, or they have the special licensing or proper licensing.
But that's not including the people that can't illegally get it, of course.
I'm specifically talking about the
people that do it
illegally can firearms, because that's what I like to talk about. I don't like to talk about the legal ownership of firearms because anything that's illegal should be enforced.
Yeah. You
should be brought to justice if you're doing something illegally. And that's the big argument is like people are like, oh man, you have this gun and that's illegal and because the law changes so much, it's hard to actually keep up with current gun laws in the United States because we have so many different laws trying to protect so many different things.
And not a lot of people talk about it either.
No, but as long as you're not committing crimes with those guns.
As long as they have an agenda. Or don't have an agenda.
Yeah, and as long as you're not committing crimes with those guns, that's kind of where it's like...
there would never be an issue if there was any crime.
Yeah. But that comes back to it's not the firearm committing the crime; it's the person holding that firearm.
Yeah.
And I don't care who you are, but if you're a person who is going and purposely purchasing something with intent to do evil, then you're the person who needs to be brought to justice. And that a lot of times, 92% of the time, is done illegally.
Yeah. So a lot of the times, obviously, the punishment doesn't come till after the crime.
Exactly.
So how do we flip that script?
Well, flipping that script is where you start stepping on the toes of a lot of gun owners, and a lot of people say,
which actually a lot of them wouldn't be happy that you just said that.
Huh?
Which a lot of them wouldn't be happy that you just said that.
No, and that's where I get in an argument is
interesting because you're a gun owner and you would want to say this to other gun owners.
And I'm saying let's be realistic about the situation.
For real.
Okay? I have no problems with you owning whatever you would like to own if you're, first off, a properly trained individual. I think that everybody who owns a firearm should have to go through training to own that firearm. Because
I don't think anyone disagrees with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's the big issue, is firearms are almost like the modern day smoking. Like now. Like smoking is so looked down upon that
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it's such a shunned part of society. So if I'm a gun owner and I tell you that I'm a gun owner, people are immediately don't want to affiliate themselves with me because that's something that I take part in, that they they vehemently
that shit smells, get it away from me.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to shoot me now. But one of the three people sitting right here, the producer, you or myself, is actually carrying a firearm right now, but I don't feel any different. From that situation. So it's all based on perspective.
If that were the case,
and whether or not you were raised around it. So when you tell somebody that the world's a safe place and that you're not going to get hurt, they're going to get hurt by something because they don't understand the responsibility and the power that they're holding in their hands in that situation. So that's step number one, is now establishing a culture of respect, because that's above all.
We got to figure out how to change the culture.
Yeah, well,
Which is above
rappers
our pay
with
grade.
tattoos on their faces is not helping that culture. I don't care about those. There are tattoo apologists all over the place who tell me that it's fine. You look like a stand-up gentleman with a tattoo
look like
on
a
your
stand-up
neck and
guy.
face, and I tend to disagree. But then again, half the people with tattoos nowadays are, used to mean like, hey, I'm this badass guy. And Mike, you have tattoos, so don't take this the wrong way. But like, man, yeah, oh god,
Go on.
let's fight it out.
Choose your words wisely. I have a black
No,
power.
it used to. I'm stealing this meme, by the way. This is totally a meme. It used to mean,
they're all
don't
people
mess with
tattoos.
me. I'm a bad dude. I got tattoos. Now it means let me read you poems
biker
while I'm
junkie.
talking about my. Let me read you poems about my vegan bicycle or something stupid like that. Like that's what tattoo culture means now. But the moment that you start making yourself look like a freak,
Is that what it means?
like we're dehumanizing people at a certain
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, no, I kind of see where you're going with it. I think it's a stretch, but I understand where you're
It's a
going.
stretch.
The tattoo analogy
I'm
wasn't your best one
offending
tonight.
everyone. But like, no, I'm just saying like your culture is
No,
led
but
by
like
people who
the
have tattoos on their
the voices,
faces.
the voices
seriously.
that you hear need to be at the right place.
Yeah.
and I understand, and that's the point I think that you're trying to get across. Is
Yeah.
the right voices need to be saying the right things, and the right things need to have the right morale, and the right morale has to come from the right people. No, son.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, fair
no,
enough.
I mean, and let me tell you,
Blah, blah, blah.
I have no problems with people with tattoos. In
Tattoos are great, man. I'm wondering when you're gonna get yours.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Get that fish that you have on your hat and get that tattooed like
I'll
on
get
your,
that right
your
on my
thigh. Oh, dude, that'd be the greatest tramp stamp I've ever seen.
Yeah. The fish
A rainbow
pointing
trout.
down.
You can make it a rainbow trout. Is that what that is on your hat? Is that a rainbow trout? What is
The
that? What kind
one.
of fish is
Okay,
that?
hold on.
Show the live stream. Show the YouTubers.
There it is.
That's totally a rainbow trout.
It's not. It's
totally
the Patagonia logo over a trout outline. It is a trout outline. You got that.
Oh, that's a mountain on there, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a gosh dang mountain.
What?
The hills have eyes.
God, I hope not. They've seen some weird shit. It's in my backyard.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, gosh, we have
Gosh,
digressed.
golly, gosh.
we have digressed.
Oh, golly.
Oh no! Don't you know?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Let me take a sip of my lager real quick.
I play with this. I play video games,
Yeah.
as most people, millennials. And I have this one Canadian friend of mine who I hope he's watching this at some point, and he has the Canadian accent, and he doesn't think he does. I mean, he knows he does for certain things, but he'll say house, right, and it's become this thing that I just troll the shit out of him with, and he's like he'll say house, but he says house.
Horse.
He doesn't know he's saying house. And I'm like, it's house. And he's like, that's what I said. And eventually it got to the point where he was actually saying house, but I wanted to mentally just fuck with him so bad that I was like, it's
So
house. So he's still saying it right already?
You're
I totally
triggering
Americanized
him with your subliminal messaging, and you are
have
essentially
planted a
committing
seed
hate
in his
speech
brain.
right now. I just want to let you know that.
Oh, is that hate speech?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything's hate speech.
Thank
You
God
can't
there's
say
no...
anything that's
Hey,
not
that's
hate
only illegal in Canada, though. It's
Well,
not...
don't forget about England. If you write the wrong thing on Twitter, they'll arrest you.
I gotta say, like, I mess with him so much with his accent, but I love it so much. It's only because I am such an asshole because I'm so goddamn jealous.
Have you ever been to Canada?
I haven't. I want to go so bad. I would love to
I've
go
heard
to
it's
Canada.
amazing.
Yeah, I want to go to Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons. I want to go there so bad. I've actually had a couple clients I've almost gotten because I'm a personal trainer. So
Yeah.
So I have clients that whenever they go out of town, sometimes they go to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of their points of interest. So when I told them, I was like, if you're gonna go there, you gotta go to Tim Hortons and bring me back some donuts because I want to know what all the hype is about.
Yeah.
Because apparently that's like the Krispy Kreme of America.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah, so I want to, and I'm really disappointed, but I'm trying not to believe it. But a lot of them say it's not as good as I'm thinking about it in my head, which is pretty high expectations.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
But I'm gonna try for myself.
Gotta try
plan
poutine.
a trip.
I have had poutine up by the Canadian border.
I thought you were gonna say poontang.
Poontang? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got that too. Not in Canada. But, yeah. Yeah. You know what? Cheers.
Slapper. Cheers, Brandon. By the way, since this is our first podcast, and if you're liking what we're talking about so far or liking what we talk about in the future, I want to hear more. You can subscribe, like it, turn on the notification button, whatever it is. Anything helps, guys. Once again, we're doing this for fun, but at the same time, anything helps. Just subscribing, just to show us that you're enjoying it. At the same time, that makes us feel like our efforts are going into perspective, and actually people are listening. And that'd be really cool for all of us.
Oh yeah.
Especially because we like to think that we have a lot of good things to say.
It's all bullshit out of my mouth, but
fair enough. But Tim Hortons, dude, I want to try Tim Hortons. Really bad. That's a really good thing.
Tim Hortons and poutine, which is do you know what poutine is?
I have no idea what that is.
So you take French fries, right?
I love French fries.
That's
French, not Canadian. Where are you going with this?
It's not French.
It's not?
No.
What? Go on.
Well, they're technically called chips. They're from England. I actually don't know if they're French or not. They call them frites in France. So
somebody look this up. We need more information on these French fries. We need the backstory behind these French fries. How much do we really know about French fries?
Well, it would make sense that French fries...
Where's the CIA on this?
Oh, gosh. Man, it would make sense that French fries came into Canada, though, because Quebec is French. But then again, if you listen to most Canadians, they don't consider Quebec part of Canada. They're like, well, we kind of hate them, so... But anyways, you take French fries, cover them in gravy and cheese curd.
And I think they do that at the Hat.
Yeah, they do, but they don't have the cheese.
Gravy fries? I think at least that's what they call
Wet fries. Wet fries at the Hat.
It's wet fries. Yeah. I was gonna say.
And their pastrami sandwiches.
Yeah,
so
I had the Hat pastrami sandwich. Oh, so good.
I feel so fat every time I eat there, but then I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like,
I feel like I just put sludge into my body.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Straight sludge. Wait, did you just pull up a picture of it? Poutine.
Oh, it's delicious. And then some places in Canada they put maple syrup on there.
What did I try? I tried seared ahi for the first time and poke.
Oh, poke's delicious.
Hawaii has some great fish, dude. It was so cool.
How was Hawaii?
Hawaii was great, man. It was a great time. I tried a lot of new foods. Just since my birthday, I've kind of made it this thing. It didn't start out that way, but since the day of my birthday, I tried octopus that day.
Oh, wow.
And ever since then, every opportunity I've had so far I've eaten octopus, seared ahi, poke. I've had what else? I had snail, dude. I had freaking escargot.
Oh, escargot
in Vegas, by the way.
Believe it or not, France. Is not bad.
Yeah, it's good. No,
it tastes like garlic butter.
I was so surprised. Yeah, well, I assume that it depends on if it's seasoned or not. But I mean, the texture was like a mussel or like a scallop. I say
it kind of tasted like a scallop.
Yeah, kind of like clams.
Yeah.
I thought it was really fucking good.
Yeah,
it was good. Yeah, I liked it
for sure. No,
so now when people are like, "Oh, you would eat that?" I'm just like, I understand it from the other perspective now. I'm like, yeah, I fucking ate. I'd eat it again too. Fucking sear that shit up for me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
season that shit.
That happened to me. I was my brother's best friend. He's Mexican.
Word.
Word.
Go on.
Okay. I don't understand your millennial speak.
Might be.
I was born.
By the way, I'm older than him. I'm the millennial.
I'm just a youngling. No, but he
set in your ways.
So his dad tricked my brother and I into eating intestine.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
But he was actually good.
Wait, is it like a menudo?
Yeah.
Menudo. That's
it was menudo. Yeah,
menudo.
And they made it fresh and everything. And my brother and I are eating it, and he's like, he's got this smile on his face, and we're like, "What's up?"
People,
and he's like,
there's some people that are really like, it's almost like religiously like into menudo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially on Sundays. A lot of Hispanics.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a cultural thing. Yeah, it's totally respected though because it's good.
It's cool. I tried it. Wasn't a big fan of it, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get it because for me, it's hot dogs.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh man, tube steak.
Tube steak.
When I was playing ball out in Kansas,
bacon wrap. Don't even get me started.
Oh man. Oh, I'm big into bratwurst. That's my thing.
Oh, dude, bratwurst so cool. Dude, actually, I just found this restaurant. It's out in Santa Monica. I can't even pronounce the name of it, but apparently they're really big on bratwurst and stuff in Santa Monica.
German restaurant.
Yeah, it's like straight German. Like they have like my girlfriend Jess was just looking at it. she was just looking at like their menu, making sure there's something on there for her.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
she knows I'm such a hot dog guy. Like,
Yeah.
anything like that, and I go freaking nuts over it.
No,
Like
a
bratwurst,
big
especially
brat
bratwurst, too.
on a good piece of bread with sauerkraut and deli mustard.
They had some like weird they had some weird stuff on the menu. Like I want to say goat. Like there's some
maybe.
there was some different types of things that are made of. I bet you she's texting me right now. Rattlesnake and rabbit.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, of the weird meats that I've eaten, gator was really good. I have to say I liked gator.
The gator.
Yeah, gator.
Get him.
Alligator.
Yeah,
On
like
a
gator,
stick.
like the pimp.
No, just. I'm so triggered.
You used to call me Gator. You were totally a pimp. I was not a pimp. Okay, I was a pimp.
You were a pimp.
I'm
So,
sorry.
by the way, I know you look at me.
And wonder why you don't have mutton chops. Yes, you're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
well, you see beard, and you think like,
I do.
man, that dude must be hairy. Nope, shaved. Completely shaved. Brandon, you mind getting me a Arnie Palmy really quick?
We're all out of Arnie Paul.
Fuck.
We're gonna need to go on break soon because that is gonna be an issue. We need some Arnie.
We need some Arnie Palmies. The last thing I was gonna say, wild boar. Now, I guess it's not like super
I
foreign to
want
a
to go
lot of
hunting
people.
just for like that kind of stuff.
Wild boar is freaking delicious, especially.
Back to the gun control thing. I think like if people would have a better understanding of guns if they started hunting. I actually want to try hunting and
Yeah.
really get respect for my food.
There you go.
I really want to go about that. So
When
like,
you
for me,
gut an
like, I think that's a
animal-
healthy way to think about guns.
When you gut an animal by yourself, you skin it. You actually
Even if
dress
it's
it
a
the right
crossbow, I don't
way.
even think it needs to be a gun, like a crossbow. Like
By the way,
It's,
if you outlaw AR-15s, how am I supposed to shoot running boar from a helicopter? Explain that to me. How am I supposed to do that?
you tackle it,
Kill it with a knife Rambo style?
dude. That'd be sick.
Oh,
There's
man.
another one coming out.
There's another Rambo coming out. John
Sylvester
Rambo.
Stallone. I shit you not.
Wow.
Actually, you can look it up.
So it's throwback to the 80s movies.
I'm like 90% sure another Rambo is coming out.
We got Top Gun 2 coming out, and then we'll have a Rambo 2. Wow, I'm impressed.
It's gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna go on a break. Real
Okay,
quick.
no
but
problem.
YouTube, stay tuned. We'll be right back. And once again, if you're not already, please, first podcast here, subscribe, like it, whichever you want to do. Turn on your notifications button. Anything else? Thanks for watching and tuning in.
Thank you.
We'll be back.
I'm not saying that you're watching now. You're watching in the future.
Yeah, if you're not watching it live, hopefully you catch it. If you are watching it or you're going to watch it in the future, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, anything like that. Really appreciate it. So our topic was gun control, and we kind of like got to a point where we started talking about human control.
Well, I mean,
Which is
yeah.
also against amendments, I guess.
Well,
the Constitution to a degree.
No, it's not. I mean, because
Human control.
well,
I mean, like think about those
is.
two words. Like that sounds dangerous.
yeah, because you're wording it like that. I mean, here's the thing: is
not looking
identifying
to
mental
control
illness. That's the big argument point right now.
For the left.
Well,
It's,
yeah.
it's a big topic.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's for the right. Would be.
Well,
It's
for
not the
both.
gun- I think the left side's more about the gun control, and the right's more about it's a mental illness issue, not a gun issue.
yeah, and it's a culture issue. Like that's
Culture
the
for sure.
biggest argument for the right is the fact that it's a culture issue. But let's talk about mental illness because that's really
I
the
think
point.
everyone knows somebody with mental illness to a degree.
Yeah, but then what degree of mental illness is considered too outrageous for them to own
I think
a firearm?
any mental illness, you shouldn't have a gun.
That's
I think
tough, man.
I think everyone agrees on that, though.
Yeah, but what if a veteran who comes back from war has PTSD, but his
Probably
own,
shouldn't have a gun. PTSD.
Well-
why chance it?
I mean, it's been proven that a lot of guys actually recover from PTSD better if they're able to go out and shoot.
You get cases like Chris Kyle too, though.
Yeah, but I mean, his method of treating guys with PTSD was a proven method.
Yeah.
For sure. Obviously, I
but
think
it only
there should,
took one.
it took one, but there should be parameters to be able to help that situation out. I mean, maybe in some ways.
Maybe given the guy that just got done with PTSD and saw some shit, probably shouldn't be shooting a gun off the bat to deal with his PTSD.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, and there's also studies done that show playing as stupid as it is playing airsoft, which I played a lot of airsoft. When I was a
Totally,
kid.
give him an airsoft gun.
But
Non-deadly.
putting them back in that situation with an airsoft gun, Like, it helped kind of mediate what was reality and what was not reality. And as
like in mend the wounds, I would just
in some ways, like, you know, you can return back to normal life. It's fine.
Kind of process what happened. And I mean, obviously, I can't speak from experience. You can't speak from experience. We can only speculate.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a hard argument because, you know, you say everybody with mental illness, but some mental illnesses are not going to be egregious towards somebody owning a firearm. It's not going to make a difference.
Well, when we talk about mental illness, I mean, we're talking about mentally ill. Like, your brain is not working the way it's supposed to. Chemical imbalance, something is off about, you know, the way that you're thinking. You know, the way that you see things is off. And then when I say the way that you're thinking is off, I'm not saying like you have to think the same way as everybody else. Yeah. But to the terms of where people are felt like they are endangered with your thoughts.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
So I mean, mental illness. I mean, what would be like the most like, you know, I guess least amount of mental illness where you should be able to own a gun?
Autism. Certain degrees of autism.
Okay.
But, I mean, that's now going into specifics, and that's for people who are actually educated on that
and subject. The amount of numbers involved in that, the percentages of those people.
And I mean...
Compared to the population.
But this goes back to our argument of that every American has a right to be able to defend themselves unless they have been deemed dangerous to society. So felons, for instance, are not allowed to own firearms.
Of course, and mentally ill are a part of that
as
well.
Yeah, absolutely. But the other issue that we need to touch on is the fact that people are not doing their job in enforcing the law. Mm-hmm. Like, law enforcement...
What laws? What laws aren't they enforcing enough, though?
Well, the big one is, for instance...
the background checks.
Well, background checks are actually... Under every legal gun purchase, background checks occur in California.
But your argument was that you know, people aren't doing their job. So are people not doing their jobs doing the background checks?
No, I'm talking about people not doing their job. Like, for instance, when you talk about Florida, for instance, the most recent mass shooting, like, you're talking about an FBI department in Florida that had multiple high-level risk warnings.
Do you know what those risks were?
Yeah, the risk warnings were verbal warnings from people who knew the shooter, calling in, emailing, sending information about this guy.
I think how many of those calls do they get a day? Like, how many do they know to deem? I think that was their argument. Was like, how are we supposed to deem? Like, you know, is this a crazy person or is this actually just people pranking and calling?
They met the guy once and said he was clear to continue doing his
I don't know the whole story.
Yeah, no, that's a really messed up situation. You talk about one of the worst atrocities that's ever been committed in the United States, right?
Yeah. Of course, yeah. I don't think anyone's, you know...
Worst school shooting, for sure.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
17, I believe, was the number. And
17 too many.
You said definitely 17 too many. But you look at a situation like that and you go, because the FBI did not do their job, because the police department didn't do their job, you have 17 kids who are dead.
Yeah, so you know, with the person that did the shooting, I mean, do you know what their background was? But you know,
yeah, the guy
was that person mentally ill? Or was that person
absolutely.
Some guy
he was an orphan, and he was in foster care, and he had serious issues when he was being raised by the foster family. And when both his foster mom and dad died, he kind of was living on his own, and then with relatives, and then on
which comes back to, you know, fuck those people that, you know, obviously made this kid mental.
Yeah, absolutely. So and like the foster parents did like their best. Like, apparently the story is like they did their best, but like,
oh really?
Yeah, but he just had a troubled childhood. Like, that's what happens when you're an orphan.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I guess
no excuse, obviously.
No, absolutely not. And the sick part is, though, is that people who knew him would say things to the FBI, to the police department, and they didn't react on it. They met with him once and said he's fine.
Yeah.
And then one week later, you have a couple more calls saying, "Hey, we think something's seriously wrong. You probably need to talk to this guy again." And they don't react again. And then a week later, the same thing happens. And then a week later, the same thing happens. Like, who is not doing their job at the end of the day?
And you think that's the director of the FBI? You think that's
of that field office?
That's cool.
Yeah. Of that field office, I mean, it's your job to look at the reports and go, this is something we need to act on. That's a serious and tremendous responsibility.
So if anything, the background checks has been like on the guy that's, you know, deploying people whether or not they need to go see an issue or not.
Yeah, background check, but like quality control. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's like, who do you have out there? Are they doing their job?
Yeah,
properly?
they need people that are almost being micromanaged. I would say,
Yeah.
just make sure they're doing their
With a
job.
job
Like,
that's
okay, so
important.
you've heard this amount of phone calls, you've seen this amount of disturbances. Which ones are we taking seriously? Which ones are we throwing in the trash?
Yeah.
Which ones
yeah.
are we getting to next?
But even then, if it's a prank call, those are taken very seriously by the FBI. You can get prison time.
Oh, totally.
For doing
I've seen live streaming, for just like Twitch streams, and people are
Yeah.
getting swatted.
Yeah, oh yeah, and the FBI takes that very seriously.
Extremely seriously.
But you're telling
It's
me that they
crazy.
take somebody getting
And it's over
swatted more.
nothing. Yeah, it's over
But
something that never even occurred.
Yeah, but you're telling me that the FBI is taking that more seriously.
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from.
And that's
an
bad.
issue. That is definitely an issue.
Especially when you're talking about-
how did the guy in Florida? How did he get the gun?
The gun, I don't. Brandon, do you know that one?
I don't. But I think, if I recall correctly, he made a comment on YouTube. And that was kind of what sparked the FBI after, so-and-so.
Yeah.
Looking into his case.
Yeah,
He
afterwards,
made
though.
some kind of comment. I can't remember what he
Oh,
said.
this was afterwards.
Yeah,
Jesus.
they found out afterwards that he was making these comments. Like, you're not tracking this guy seriously. Like, he
Yeah,
has
you're not
that
paying
many
attention.
issues, and like you're not watching this guy. So that's mind blowing to me. That like that's something that they missed. And I guess we're kind of beating a dead horse talking about this stuff.
Yeah, but
because
you
it's been
can't
argued about
point
before.
fingers either. I would assume. I want to say you can't point the fingers because
No, because there's there's multiple things that went wrong.
because
you
you can't pursue somebody that hasn't committed a crime.
Yeah, but
I could say anything any day of the week, but then if I don't do anything, how are you going to go?
no,
about it?
because if you threaten me or my right
For
to
sure.
a life,
I see. No, I didn't know that. He was
yeah,
threatening
he was
people on
making
YouTube.
threats. He was saying that he wanted to do this.
That's pretty crazy.
And
Yeah,
he
they
wanted
should
to
have.
be the
There's no
best.
excuse for that.
I was going to say, police have the authority to have what's called a mental hold,
Yeah.
kind of for, even if they're taking them in.
Just to do
but
it like a
also,
check.
Yeah, if they're getting reports and
Because they haven't committed a crime yet, but they are talking about committing a crime.
Right, but if there's reports and the police department or whatever agency deems them, kind of unsafe, they can go to the household and take out firearms for an allotted amount of days.
This is kind of
As a
almost like
temporary
that Captain America movie, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, where Nick Fury, he's talking, he's like, "Oh, we're gonna stop, the terrorists before they even pick up the gun or whatever." With that big ship over, but that was totally obviously overdone. We're gonna stop crimes before they even occur.
Yeah.
Captain America's like, "Oh, I thought the crime, the arrest happened after the crime was committed."
Yeah, no,
this whole thing. I feel like it's kind of like that, but a little more mild.
But I can also
Obviously.
look at the conversation that
Killing
we're having
4
right now and go back to one of the points I made earlier is that when we raise children to think that this is a safe world, and then they grow up and realize that
I think that's the dream, though.
I understand that's a dream, but that's not reality.
No, but you can't.
And you have it better here in America than you do
There's being
anywhere else.
realistic, there's being optimistic, and then there's finding the fine line between them both.
Yeah,
Because you got to be optimistic about the future. If we are not optimistic, we can't find ways to fix things.
but I emphasize that a utopia is impossible.
Of course.
There's no way that you're going to live your
we
life
are
and
built
then-
in our brain to be crazy a little
Yeah, like there's no way that you're going to be
bit. There's
born,
extent of that craziness.
live your life, and then fall asleep and then die. Like that's just not how it's going to happen.
For sure.
When you're way elderly, but and I guess that's a way hypothetical. But the point being is, it comes down to a culture thing ultimately, and then realizing who those people are who should not be owning firearms or should be around firearms in the first place,
Yeah.
or around people with firearms, and respect the firearms that you have in your household. Lock them up.
Yeah, lock them up.
Unless it's a personal defense weapon that
honestly,
you know where it is at all times. Whether that's concealed carry or...
So back to the mental illness, I think we really didn't crack down on that with the mental illnesses. What mental illnesses, you said, what mental illness was it that you said? That, might not be as... It might be
low
mild.
levels of autism.
Autism. Okay, so autism.
But that's
Where's
even a
the...
touchy
See,
subject.
yeah, so where would be the line...
And that's where you...
That's this person shouldn't have the right to own a gun anymore.
This is
This
a
person's
scientific
Amendment-
question that you're asking to... I don't know.
Yeah, and
that
you're not in
scientific
that
answer.
field, and that's fair.
And
So,
I'm not
for
trying
those
to say that
for
I
anyone
don't want-
watching in the future or right now.
Yeah.
Maybe do your research, help us out with this issue.
Yeah, I'm not trying to play
Because
ignorance
no, because
and not
these
answer the
are
question.
these are the answers.
Yeah.
These are the answers we need.
Yeah.
And I feel like not enough people are talking about that kind of thing. A lot of people are either talking about they're taking the guns away, screw the Democrats, or it's screw the Republicans because they think it's a mental illness issue. So I think we really, nailed the.
I think we just had a pretty decent
beat a
conversation
dead horse.
about that.
Yeah, I think that was pretty good.
But most people can't have that conversation because they get too upset.
Can't. And that's the whole point of the show is having conversations that a lot of people get heated with. And scream at each other and walk away from it. We're here to discuss it. We want comments. We want to hear other people's view about it. This is a healthy conversation. I want to hear your guys' opinion. He wants to hear your opinion.
Absolutely.
Brandon, sometimes. Of course, we all want to know everyone's opinion in a healthy manner. This is all supposed to be positive and helping each other out. And hopefully we're reaching enough people to, hopefully get a little more of a grasp on how we're seeing things. And maybe even the older generations getting to see how, us as millennials, see the world as it is. And I think we're all still optimistic to an extent.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not worried. Too much that the world's going to implode with guns.
It's not the world is going to implode.
But something
with guns,
needs to be done.
But people are going to implode.
Something needs to be done. We might not have the answers.
Do you see those riots?
But there's people
happen?
that we vote.
Yeah, but do you see the riots that happen? When a political figure comes and speaks at a college. It's unreal.
Yeah, those people are the people that people need to not be rioting, and they need to be listening.
That's some
if you're gonna write for if you're gonna do a riot for a cause, do it for someone that's I honestly I don't think I can put a play on that. I can't tell a person what's right or wrong to be rioting for. Protesting is a different story from the rioting.
Yeah,
though. Don't riot.
Is one thing,
protest.
A violent
do protesting.
Riot.
Do your constitutional protesting. Don't take it overboard. No vandalism, anything like that. That doesn't help anything.
But that's
that makes the
protest.
That makes the protesting just invalid.
Yeah, it does.
The moment you take protesting into violent acts or vandalism or anything
rioting,
like that. Yeah, rioting. Yeah, exactly. The word rioting.
Yeah.
you are literally not doing anything productive.
Yeah.
At least protesting, at least us in our amendments, is just as much as the gun.
Well, my favorite thing is
are.
when people ask the question "Oh, why
it's
are
just
you arresting me?"
Thing.
When I'm, when the people are rioting and then they get mad because the cops arrest them. What did you expect was going to happen when you started throwing rocks at cops in riot gear?
What's crazy is we're talking about protesting right now. A good Kaepernick conversation would be really great.
Oh man,
we're gonna save that for another day because that's going to be a deeper conversation for another day. Next time I have you on, we'll get into that.
Yeah,
I think because there's some great things, great points and things that could be brought up from that. Especially because of the whole protesting rules.
Oh no, and but what's interesting about that topic actually?
Don't do it. You're gonna drag us into it.
Oh man, I just read an article.
He's gonna do it.
About a certain someone on a certain football
Brought
team.
to you by non-branded beer.
Oh.
Brandon? Cheers. Brandon's beer bottle's the only one made out of plastic.
That should be banned in America or in California too.
Straws will be.
California
Straws
is
are
part of America.
See this? I have a straw.
Dude, I can't wait for the paper straw thing to come out.
No, stop it.
Here's the thing: you're making.
Cease.
You see, you're hating so hard right now. You're being such a hater, but you've never even drank out of a paper straw before.
What happens when the straw gets soggy?
It decomposes
Into my drink. Sick.
I hope you drink your drink faster than 3 days worth, bro. I hope your drink's not sitting on your countertop, which, by the way, that drink's not gonna be good anymore by that time. If you're letting your drink get warm, that's like saying your drink's gonna by the time your straw is shit, by the time that straw tastes like shit, your drink's probably warm at that time too. Just drink the damn drink, get a new one, get a new straw. You're saving the environment.
I'm killing trees.
Good for you.
When
you get a gold star.
When I'm making paper straws, I'm killing trees. So your argument is now
you're killing trees, but at the same time you're also
by saving the sea turtles, I'm killing the trees. I don't know which one is more necessary.
Which is going more extinct,
Mike?
Which is going extinct?
The rainforest, for sure.
The rainforest is still around. I'm still breathing. You're still breathing. We're holding a mass population.
How do you know that?
Out of trees, because I'm alive. And you're alive.
Are you sure it's not a conspiracy that the U.S. government and the United... Wait, hold on. You think I'm joking right now, but I'm pulling out a conspiracy right now. You guys weren't ready for this, but that's okay. The world government, Okay.
The world government?
Order, WO, the World Order, or the UN. Okay. They have these giant machines that like convert carbon dioxide into oxygen.
What's the number for what classifies as giant?
Like
inches, feet?
5,000.
Like what are we talking about in the metric system?
Just 5,000.
It's just 5,000. There's no actual measurement. There's no metric system. There's no whatever the hell.
5,000 cubic meters of carbon dioxide.
Okay, get on with your conspiracy theories.
Well, so
about the paper straws.
No, they control the environment by creating like different things. So like they're actually making global warming happen. Like that's their.
But
thing.
global warming is a myth. I thought
It is a myth.
Is it?
That's also true.
A true myth?
No, like the fact.
I'm being blown away right now.
Huh?
I'm being blown away right now. I'm so
No,
confused.
global warming's false. Because it turned into
This is just a
climate.
whole
No,
nother-
it
I
turned.
gotta write this down. Like,
It
these are
turned
topics.
into
Global
climate
warming.
change
Hold on.
within a decade because
Global
they were
warming
wrong.
turning into
If I'm not
climate change.
mistaken, if I'm not,
No, you're not.
mistaken,
You're not. No, I'm on board with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Global warming did turn into climate change. They changed the wording for it.
New York was supposed to be under 15 feet of water in 2015.
And who's
what
they,
the
by
fuck
the way?
happened to that?
Say that again.
New York City was supposed to be under 15 feet of water in 2015.
Who said that?
That was in An Inconvenient Truth, the documentary made by who's that jackass who claims to make the internet?
Okay, so you're going
Ran in
ahead-
the 2000
hold on.
presidential election.
Damn it, you're getting an echo. My bad. So, I'm just gonna throw in some fun facts for you. You're talking about a documentary. That's where you're getting your information from. So I was watching Shark Week the other day,
Oh, sick.
and it was about Megalodon.
I quit.
He's walking away, but I'm gonna make a point. So he was using a point of a documentary being the cause. Hey, get out of my lighting. And the thing about documentaries is they hired a man by the name of Colin Drake. Do you know who Colin Drake is, Emery? He was a man that was on a documentary known as a marine biologist.
Oh, God.
Turns out he's an actor. And he was on a Megalodon, the monster shark lives, something like that.
Yeah, I was
called
watching
that.
something on that, by the way, where they're like,
And
yeah,
this
it's
guy-
completely
this guy-
false
This is a
documentary.
documentary that this guy's acting on.
Yeah.
As a marine biologist. And it is a fucking documentary. It's a documentary on this fuck. And this guy's like, yeah, I think we gotta find the fucking shark as he's jizzing in his pants.
Yeah, oh yeah, no,
Find
he's
the
like
fucking
so
shark.
serious about it too.
He's like, Megalodon is real. It's out there, and we're gonna find it.
If you could see the dorsal fin on where it's lined up with the submarine, and it's like totally like a Photoshop cutout of like a perfect shark fin, like just lined up.
Well, remember when they did the whole
strategically
mermaid
put it
thing?
in-
On-
which
on
there's so many episodes.
Discovery
There's-
Channel,
you know
they did
there's
the
30
whole
seasons of
mermaid
Shark
thing.
Week.
I was talking to somebody from like the Midwest who's like, "Yeah, I saw that one television program, and they were showing real mermaids, and I thought it was real." I'm like, "Oh my lord!" Like
They did the same thing with South Africa with the Megalodon.
Yeah,
This
no,
lady-
yeah,
this
no,
lady
it's
swears to
like
God
almost identical.
She found the Megalodon, dude, and that's my point though. Is like, so you took like a global warming is a myth. You saw in a documentary where they're explaining all that shit. This same guy was talking like Megalodon.
Oh no! The documentary I saw back in like 2000.
But you see
was-
my point though. Like documentaries, like even sometimes you can't trust it. Even
Oh, you absolutely cannot. But and that's exactly the
And
truth.
honestly, the funny thing is, I looked up that Colin Drake dude on Instagram. I was trying to find.
Yeah.
I was like, he's an actor. I was like, shit. I really thought it was weird about
No, yeah.
The funny thing is, I knew he was really shitty acting. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, maybe that's just how he is.
He's just really bad in front
And so
of
I
camera.
looked for him on Instagram. You can't find him. You can't find this Colin Drake guy on Instagram, the marine biologist that was on that Megalodon documentary. It's really sad. Dude, I think that might be the first guest, celebrity that I'd want on this show. I'd like him to stay.
Colin
discreet.
Drake?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Colin Drake. That'd be sick.
Please,
Dude, tell
let
me about
in
the
on
Megalodon.
that.
I want his information on it.
On the Megalodon for sure.
Sick.
Absolutely for sure.
If Colin Drake, whoever you are, whatever your real name is,
Yeah.
if you come onto the show,
Please
that
watch
would
the
be
stream.
so
Come on,
great.
contact us and come on the stream.
Dude, I will totally say fuck Shark Week if you can convince me.
Yeah,
That beautiful actor.
absolutely.
So,
No, for sure. I mean, so
I'm so glad I got to bring Shark Week into this.
oh, I'm so happy about that. No, Shark Week is great. I love Shark Week. Actually, I love sharks. So it's one of my favorite animals in the ocean.
Mine too, man. They make me not want to get into the water, but at the same time, I want people.
What's your favorite
I want other
shark?
people to go in the water, either the basking shark or the whale shark.
Nice.
Yeah, those things are so beautiful.
I'm a big great hammerhead guy.
Because they're going extinct too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
we need to switch to paper straws.
Yeah.
Save the hammerhead sharks.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hammer. Put down the hammer.
You know they can't see directly in front of their face.
Straws. Well, yeah. Have you seen where their eyes are?
Well, yeah, they're on the side, but they have almost 360-degree vision, which is the crazy part.
what
Except
can't
they
they
can't, huh?
What can't they see?
Directly in front of their face, but they have almost 360-degree vision. So the reason why they swim like this,
That and they have like this electromagnetic
yeah, but that's how they shoot out their
Impulse.
ray. Like they see things, but like the
They're not
reason why
stingrays,
their
bro.
head moves back and
We're not
forth.
shooting rays, okay?
Laser beams.
Laser beams. You put lasers on the
I
shark.
want sharks with laser beams.
Okay.
Is it too much to ask for, people?
Pinky.
His name is Mini-Me. Rest in peace.
Oh, I know. I was just about to say that guy
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
God, such a travesty. I grew up to that guy.
Yeah.
The first small person to like ever touch my heart.
Yeah. I was doing
That
this
is
job.
being it. That
I'm an
is-
electrician as well. Like I work with my dad.
Aside from your
on the
filming
side.
industry, but which is, by the way, is 3 Tree Productions. If anyone is looking for music videos and whatnot,
Yeah.
looking for a job, I've seen his work. It's great work. You should check him out. You did a music video recently. What was that called?
Yeah, it's called How Do You. It's by a kid in high school. His name is AJ Smets. He came to us with this idea. He was like, I need a music video. I don't know what to do with it. Here's a list of songs, and we kind of chose that song because we thought it was the best song that he had on the album.
Yeah, we checked it
Not
out.
the best song on the album. I wish he would have released some other ones, but it was the best one that we chose.
Check out
from-
the whole album.
Yeah.
Check it out. But you and your guys, you guys did a great job on that.
Yeah,
Really
it
cool.
took a long time, a lot of hard work, a lot of effort from some very talented people on our team. It was a process. I put over 200 man hours into that thing in a month, which is like, for working on pre-production to post-production to
That's it, bro. Only 200 hours.
just in
Wait,
pre-production
did you sleep
alone.
Were you crazy?
Yeah, I'm crazy.
Fair enough.
Yeah, definitely. But that's a part of like the whole thing is like you have to realize that there's so much work that goes into it, so many meetings that you have. Like my co-producer and I, we sat down and had.
Because you directed it, right?
Yeah, I was
You
the
directed
director.
the
I was the
video,
director.
yeah. Up and coming, man. Check out Emery Johnson.
Yeah,
Up and coming director.
we help. That's the goal, right?
Dream.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's a lot of work, though. I'm going to be honest. Like, it was very eye-opening to finally like run and like because as a director, you run everything. Your whole job is like based around micromanaging every small part of the production. Like, you have your people who do those things, but you ultimately have the final say in everything. And so, in order to have the best opinions on everything, you have to really trust your people, and it makes it easier when your people are good. So, like, kudos to my
Yeah,
team.
you know,
I'm not even
you
going to
really
take
got
any credit
management.
for it. It was really a team effort at the end of the day. We did a lot of work, and we had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. And you can tell by the video. The production looked great. I honestly couldn't tell, that it wasn't it looked professional.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like you said, he
less than half
told
the
you what to
price.
look it up. How do you? Great music video. It looked really good.
Al Gore was the guy who directed the documentary
Gore.
that I was talking about for global warming. So going back to global
Like Al
warming.
Gore, Al Gore?
Al Gore, the guy, the politician.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his documentary, An Inconvenient Truth, came out in 2000.
Dude, this light is so fucking hot. I'm sweating.
Take your fucking jacket off.
Please don't.
That's fair.
He's got nothing on underneath it.
I have nothing on.
Oh, no. What a poor choice. I
Which
told you to
inclines
wear
me
a polo.
actually to take it off more.
So,
Go on.
later.
Please do.
We're both in heterosexual relationships.
That's for a
Okay.
different segment.
That's for a different segment.
Yeah. I got nothing. Slap in the face. That's the best thing I got. That's all I got.
So, yeah, going back to that documentary, they're talking about like all these
On
different
global
things, like
warming, right?
Yeah.
Or climate change. Which was it?
global warming at that point.
Turning into climate change?
No.
Just
This
global
is like
warming,
before the climate change thing.
It's like before Leonardo DiCaprio's like documentary.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, like, they're talking, and he's like, "Yeah, New York's going to be under 15 feet of water, and by 2015, and by 2020, we're not going to have polar ice caps." Well, I don't know about you, but it's 2018, and the polar ice caps have actually gained size.
Have they?
Yeah.
I haven't heard.
Yeah, no, like look it up. It's
That's a good
absolutely
thing, though.
ridiculous.
I mean, you hope they're wrong. I mean, no one's like hoping like he was wrong.
No,
sucker.
Here's the thing: is like we have no
God, he
clue.
was wrong.
We can't accurately predict the weather.
No, of course not. We never.
That's kind of the issue.
That's why
is
it's called Mother Nature.
well,
know.
the Earth has been changing temperature since the creation of whatever this place is.
Yeah, scientifically saying it was a lot hotter out. Other animals were able to live because of the different, temperatures. And
Exactly.
whatnot. The megalodon was alive.
We had a mini ice
It was,
age
but,
a couple centuries
yeah,
ago.
we had dinosaurs. We had
No, like a couple centuries ago, like in the
okay.
1400s, there was a mini ice age
Was there?
that ended up killing the Black Plague. Like that was
What
the
was it
reason why
like?
the Black
Tell me
Plague
about it.
stopped. Huh?
How was it when you were there? How was it?
It was
cold?
fucking cold, dude.
It was fucking cold.
But like that, like
Just you're so poetic with how you speak. It almost sounds like you were there. So I feel inclined to be like, "What was it like? Tell me about it. Tell me about it, Grandpa."
well, if you get on my knee, on air.
Come on, Granddad, get it together.
All the kids sit on my knee.
You're gonna become a meme after this. It's
I
gonna
hope
be-
so. I really hope
become
so.
a fucking meme.
Oh, check out my Twitch streams. You'll have more of this fun.
And we will be posting pictures of his mutton chops at one point. And like they're up
you want
right
pictures
now.
of my mutton chops?
Dude, please put it in his camera.
Yeah, I'll put it
if
in
you
the
could
camera
make
right
sure
now.
on his camera that it shows perfectly what his mutton chops look like.
Yeah.
It might be the greatest thing since Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah. Another Mission Impossible. I was watching them film, by the way.
Dude, I heard that
Parts-
the new one is fucking great.
Apparently, it's insane.
Yeah, that's what I heard. My roommate actually just told me about it. He thought it was fucking.
Let's
Fantastic.
get back into summer of 2017. I was out in Kansas. I had to change some things up to look very,
Put on the excuses.
very masculine. If you guys could see that, by the way,
Is it pulling up on the screen?
you got to get it closer. There you go.
Yeah, get a good look at it. Can we get that?
No,
Barely.
barely.
You gotta send it to me.
I'm gonna
All
pull
right.
it back.
All right. Well,
Anyways, we'll get it for you guys. Don't worry. It's
We'll
not
get
going
it by the
anywhere. I'm
next
not
episode.
letting him get away without it. Certainly. So,
no, absolutely not.
it's a beautiful sight.
Yeah, Mission Impossible 2. I was watching them film it.
Really?
I was working on a house in
She says barely.
barely. Yeah. Okay. Well, our one viewer out there. Thank you so much. Uh,
I like her. Him.
You should-
I don't know who it is.
whoa.
It could be anyone.
Oh my.
Giggity.
Oh my.
Oh me, oh my.
Sinji.
Sim Sullivan. What the fuck are we talking about? Mission Impossible?
Yeah, Tom Cruise is gay. Next.
That's fake news, bro.
Maybe my news is the
Fucking your wife.
fakest news. Top Gun 2 is coming out. I'm excited for that.
Oh, I'm excited for that too.
Yeah.
be good.
I'm always down for a good action
Honestly,
flick.
the outfits, the costumes that they use for that movie should not change at all. They should get the same exact costumes.
Same costumes for Top Gun?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
Outfits.
they wear flight suits.
exactly. They just stay exactly the same. I'm talking about the glasses, bro. The glasses.
The aviators?
Yes, thank you.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Nothing
I
changed. The
thought
haircut
you were
needs to stay the same.
Actually,
The CGI make him look younger. Everything.
in some ways I was thinking you're
In fact,
talking about
actually, take Top Gun, just put a 2 in front of it, and right after it, and just play the same movie and just call it Top Gun 2.
Well, I was just hoping that they could do an entire 3-hour sequel consisting of strictly beach volleyball.
That sounds more like you're looking for like a, what was it called with The Rock? The Rock just did it. Baywatch.
Oh,
You're looking
yeah.
for that kind of movie.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, which is cool. They got what's his face in there? What the fuck's that guy's name? Can't think of it. We had so many of these damn things. David Hasselhoff.
Oh,
David Hasselhoff, man.
my last memory of David Hasselhoff was the SpongeBob movie. Great
Of course
film.
it is.
Great
Of
film.
course it is.
But I just want to let you know I appreciate the beers tonight.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Go buy at your local store. Green bottle. No logo.
Remember, everybody, this couldn't have happened without me. This couldn't have happened.
Thank you
without-
so much, Mike, for
without
working
Emery
hard.
here,
Mike,
buddy.
you're such a hard worker. Thank
I
you.
am. I work the hardest out of anybody here. I gotta constantly be the good looking. I've literally used Ninja Focus to stop myself from sweating on camera. You don't realize that.
You're
That
bitching about a
lamp is
hot
so
light.
fucking hot. And this thing's been hitting my nipple this whole goddamn stream.
It should be
is
chafed
driving
and
me
it
nuts.
should feel nice
Honestly,
the next
I should
time you
just
feel
tie
it.
it like around my head, but I'm not gonna do that right now. 'Cause
That's a good headset.
it is a good headset. No, I've been able to hear everything. It's great. No, but seriously, in all seriousness, thank you, Brandon, Emery. You guys really made this thing happen.
Appreciate it.
You know, so that I can look pretty on stream and not sweat.
You're welcome.
You know, but feel like I'm sweating every step of the way. And this has been really fun. This has been a really good time. So
I'm
kudos
excited
you
to come
guys.
back maybe sometime.
Yeah, for real. We'll talk about Kaepernick.
I can't wait to get like forever never allowed anywhere politically.
Yeah. Well, this has been the first, but not the last, the very far from last broadcast from the late night show with Mike and the boys. Thank you all for tuning in, and for those of you that are going to be watching this, you know, after it's already broadcasted, enjoy it, like it, subscribe, and feel free to hit that notification button so you can see more, because there's going to be a lot more coming after today. Thanks again, Brandon. Signing off. Emery Johnson. Thanks for being on the show, and have a good night, everybody.